And so you said you have something from Lightroom. You want to show us some photography
Yeah,
stuff? I'm curious to
I
see that.
yeah, I had recently a really interesting job with Corto Alto with Liam that we worked
Hmm.
together on last year, I think, and this year I went to Glasgow to shoot with him, and I was editing photos. And while I was editing, I was like, "This is really bonkers because it's so fast, like how you can edit pictures these days and do like small things that would take quite a lot of time very quickly." So let me show you something in a Lightroom, and I will maybe I can show you a video because I recorded a video of it, but I can let me do it live. I think it would be more in or easier to showcase. So we shot this type of shots where you had also studio. You could see part of studio in there. And I was showing it to the manager, and he was like, "How hard is it to remove this?" And I was like, "Watch." So you go generative AI, and you select things that you kind of want to get rid of. I have not done it on this image. I have done it on the previous images, so hopefully it will work well. But this would take me, quite a few, like I would say, hour maybe in Photoshop to do to kind of nicely get that result. And like, let me just remove this cable over here as well. Oh, here we go. And you select these things and you just say remove. And it takes about 15 seconds or maybe 30. Let's see how this will go. But it will give you three variations. Nothing like super new, but I think this is such a powerful thing. Like, man,
Hmm.
it's and without leaving Lightroom, right? Like you have three versions of it.
It's
Like let's
good,
say,
but just the shades that are there on the floor. Is that something that you would like try to remove as well, or is it something that you think is okay?
yeah, I think that's okay for this image. I would maybe
Okay.
even zoom in a little bit. So in this image, maybe I would zoom in a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
or you can get rid of those things. I'm just literally doing it on the fly, so I still want to
Mm-hmm.
get rid of this, so that it's more clean, right? So that it did not take it into account. And let me see what this does. But in this type of way, but I wanted to show you as well. Yeah, that was super fast. And then you unclick this and you can just, like remove like bits and pieces super fast. And this is not the AI one, but this is the kind of remove tool that removes just
Mm.
dots and pieces. But what you can do in here, and this is what I wanted to also show you because it was quite mind blowing, is the in the versions that how I would normally edit this photo is you would click on visualize spots, and you would kind of visualize these kind of, you see these type of dots over here.
Mm.
Those are things that are on the sensor, so not clean sensor, and we leave a lot of these pieces in there. And in some cases, like when I zoom it in now in here, you can see like two or three, but in some cases it can be like 50 of these spots, and every image could have differently. Now the Lightroom has AI tool which is called distraction removal, so you can remove reflections, people, or dust. And if you click on dust and you click apply, it goes through this in 2 seconds and removes all the kind of dust images that you have on your sensor. So you can see like it removed now maybe 7 or 8 of these kind of image like
Mm-hmm.
dots on there, which is quite handy because when you're editing lots of pictures and you had something on your sensor, like you would need to go and manually kind of do that, or you would kind of copy paste the same position over again, but it could not work very well because there's differences in there. So yeah, this is super fast how you can nowadays work and do these things. And it's one of the other amazing things is that what you could do, like if we go to this image for example, and you have already like adaptive things in predefined in Lightroom, so it can define easily. It detects people. If you click on people, you can detect different types of parts of their body. So you can kind of, for example, like focus on eyes and eyebrows and stuff like that. You would need to do this manually, just a couple of years ago. But even more kind of moving it more forward is that it uses this detection, and you can like use smooth facial skin, for example. And what it will do, it will detect the person, detect the face skin, and then smooth it. So, and then you can reapply it to all other photos, and people can be in a different position. So let me do the smooth skin. I don't like already. This is already retouched picture, so it's kind of silly example to do that. But you see where I'm going. It's like darkened beard, texture hair, and things like that, and it's super like speeding up the process that we could do, in Lightroom before, and it's amazing. This is retouched as well, but anyway, this is what I wanted to show. There's lots of new things that
But are these new feature? Because for example, what you were showing in the beginning, that's something that I'm familiar with, and I've seen it maybe even like 2 years ago. But what I think is very interesting on this is that you just clicking remove. You're not even saying what you want to remove, right? So like
yeah.
how does the AI know what's wrong with the picture?
But this is where I'm going. Yes, these tools were available 2 years ago, maybe, but the amount how they improved and what they improved. I used to have this image and I needed to retouch something. It was worth going to Photoshop because it had more powerful tools that used your processor better, blah blah blah. But all these tools are getting more and more transferred to Lightroom. And what's more, it's transferred to this. So you have this AI remove what I showed you on your phone, which is crazy, right? You do the same thing that I showed you on your phone, and you have to be connected to the internet.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
one
Yeah,
of the things in there.
you can't run this on your
But
phone. Yeah.
it's insane. Like on the go, on the fly, I could be editing a picture like this and having like a full on retouching. Yes, this is not a master retoucher, but it's like 7 out of 9, 7 out of 10 there. You know what I mean? It's like you can do a really good job in this. And when I was editing so many pictures, I was like literally like looking at this. It's like, wow. People are asking, oh yes, you can use content aware, and we are aware of that. But how it sped up the process of me editing some shots in Lightroom without leaving it, without any hiccups or anything like this. And most of the time on the first go, everything disappears what you want to remove. It's crazy to me.
Nice one, nice one. Yeah, I like that. What you're describing is that, yeah, features that maybe were here 2 years ago, but they are just getting better and better all the time. So to me, that I'm not, working with photography that much. So to me, it seems the same, but it's really cool that you can see the granular upgrades that are actually making your life much easier, right?
Yeah. When I was showing it to a manager, because I was like, oh yeah, we consider it, yeah, it's been here forever. Yeah, you've seen it on a couple of videos. But in the real life, when I showed it on the set, you have your client in there, and they're like, how hard is it? I was like, yeah, okay, let me just. And they were like, can you do it again? Can you do it again? I want to record a video. And it's just like, yeah, it would take you, literally hours to do something, and this is like in a couple of seconds, good enough result, and you can move on.
And the manager probably doesn't even have idea if he would be facing this task himself. He would be like, I have no idea how to do this, right? And you can just do it with few clicks right in front of him. That's mind blowing. Yeah. There was an event in Lisbon from guys that ran a marketing agency in New York, and I didn't get to the event. It was sold out, but a friend of mine did, and he was telling me that the guy who was presenting there, he was telling how they're working with their clients when they are doing sales calls. And it just blew my mind in a way that, imagine they have an agent connected to the client call. And while the client is explaining what he wants or what they want, the agent is already coding it. And at the end of the sales call, they show the agent what he was talking about the whole time.
Wow.
And the sales goes just like, if you guys are able to build my website while we are on this call, I definitely want.
Yeah. Wow. And is it connected to like Monday or anything like this, or what tool, or what is it that we're using? Or
It was OpenClaw. That it was the
okay.
autonomous agent that is connected to the call and can be doing things at the background at the same time.
Yeah.
So that was a demonstration of how OpenClaw can work.
Nice. That's very exciting. Very exciting.
Like when I've heard this, I was thinking that my sales process is cool, that I have a couple of prompts and taking notes and stuff like that. When I heard this, I'm like, okay, well, I can make it better probably.
This is the beauty. You will have a call with someone, and at the end of this call, you will have it sorted.
It's perfect.
So,
Okay.